Pogonophile? You get the idea. You'll be right. And luckily today, somebody has already said the man from Ironbark, because, with apologies to A.B. Paterson, this poem is called The Pogonophile From Ironbark. Pogonophile of note, young Fred struck out for Sydney town and sought a pogonotomy while wandering up and down. The pogonotomist was short, as barbers mostly are, pogonophobe with fancy sash. He smoked a huge cigar. Pogonophobe with a razor blade, a recipe from hell. Pogonotrophic Freddy fetched a wild up-country yell. Became pogonophilic. And amongst the men of mark, full pogonotrophies to go, way up in Ironbark. My friend John Peel, who is here, of course, this weekend, wrote this poem, and he very kindly gave me permission to perform it. Thank you very much. And what I want you to do now is to picture the main street of Parks in the middle of January. Okay, you know what's there? There's an Elvis on every corner. There's not just one Elvis. There's a whole trainload come up from Sydney. There are Elvises everywhere. And there are Priscillas and things too, but it's Elvis that we are concerned with at the moment. And John Peel's poem, When Elvis Came Back from the Dead. There's a festival that's held in Parks in January each year in honour of a singer's truly wonderful career. Many people love that man. They love the songs he'd sing. He was known as Elvis Presley, and to rock and roll, the king. Now, people come from everywhere. They come from far and wide. And back there in the 70s is when they say he died. But Elvis was at Parks this year. I swear that it was him. He'd aged a bit and put on weight. He didn't look too trim. He was wearing a white sequined suit, the kind you often see, and blue suede shoes were on his feet. Who else could this man be? His hair, though somewhat greyer, was cut in Elvis style. His face was really showing age. He wore a wrinkled smile. I decided I'd approach the man to see if it were true by asking him directly. Elvis Presley, is it you? He turned around to face me. He looked me in the eye. He said, "It's me. I'm Elvis, man. And no, I didn't die." Now you may think this man I saw could be just any bloke, but I knew that it was Elvis from the moment that he spoke. His voice seemed to sound quite genuine, didn't sound put on. So I asked another question to find out where he'd gone. He told me that he'd had enough of the high life and the fame. He'd moved here to Australia. He'd even changed his name. What he needed as his cover was a truly brilliant lie. It's not too hard to disappear when you make out that you die. He'd been living in the outback, in some isolated town, a house or two, a pub, and plains of brown. It was there that he'd stayed hidden, far away from public view, and all the while his legend grew and grew. So then I thought I'd ask him how he came to be in Parks. He followed with his answer, and these were his remarks.
Now, after many years ago, I felt like having fun. I heard at Elvis festivals. I thought I'd go to one. I knew if I appeared at one that I would not be seen. For few would see me as I am. Most would see me as I've been. I'd be just another old man dressed up in Elvis clothes. Another figure in the crowd who no one really knows.
At this festival, the big event is the singing competition. Competitors sing Elvis songs. Each tries their own rendition, and many of them take the stage to see how well they sing, and the winner is the one that sounds the closest to the king. This year the comp was going well. Competitors were strong. They could easily impersonate the Elvis style of song. The judging would be difficult. To separate them tough. To find the one clear winner seemed impossible enough. Now, Elvis stood there looking on. He couldn't take much more. He felt an urge for singing that was too hard to ignore. He hadn't been performing now for what seemed like an age. So he joined the competition and he grabbed the mic off stage. And when he started singing, his voice was strong and clear. It was just as good as it used to be at the start of his career. He sang one of his best-known songs, the one called Love Me Tender. The crowd called for an encore, so he sang Return to Sender. And when he finished singing, the contenders list was thinner. The judges were unanimous. They said, "We found our winner." And even though it happened right before their very eyes, no one else there knew that Elvis Presley won the prize. So if visiting this festival on in parks again next year, you should be on the lookout. Elvis Presley may appear. He may decide the time has come to end his age-old lie and show all people everywhere that Elvis didn't die. Thank you very much. Come on, Michael.